What's more important than money? Here's 5 truths that we all need right now. Hi, my name's Monica, and I made this channel so that I could help younger versions of myself get out of debt, save more money for retirement especially, but just get that invisible noose off the neck. But sometimes when we're going through crisis, especially like what we have been with Charlie Kirk's political assassination, without getting too political, it really can make you feel dumbfounded, like, what am I doing here? And so why do we even care about money? Why do we talk about it? We're going to talk about there's life and purpose over profit. Yes, we need profit, and we earn money, and we work hard, and we save, and that kind of stuff. But when tragedy hits, we often regret the times that we didn't spend with family or loved ones, and that we spent chasing money, even though we needed that money to pay off debt. Money is needed, and it can support great things like giving, helping, creating, which is what a lot of YouTubers do, is we're helping, and we hopefully make this channel to help other people, but it isn't the end goal. Let's value relationships and community over riches. A lot of times, something that goes viral or something that's very popular actually isn't really that great at all, and it's more of a laughing matter. Well, let's talk about the time that we spend, yes, getting money so that we can pay our bills and be financially and fiscally responsible. But let's talk about also the time that we're putting in relationships, working in our community and church, and spending time face to face with people. Because actually that's better for your mental health. And if you remember, I'm a mental health nurse practitioner, so I worry about that a lot. We're stuck with devices, and we're scrolling devices, and we're living other people's lives. We feel like we really know them, but we don't have as much face-to-face as we used to. Number 3, integrity, character, and legacy over accumulation. Yes, it's nice to accumulate. It's nice to save up, whether you live frugally and do it, or if you have more than enough. But what do people remember when there's a tragedy? And most of us would like to think our death, whether it be by heart attack, a car wreck, or anything like that, would be considered tragic, at least to our loved ones. So what are they going to remember about you? They're going to remember if you respected other people, if you were kind, and if you had values, if you shared your wealth with other people and were just a generous person, which is one of the things that I really strive to be. And I tell people this all the time, even at the very beginnings of getting your finances in order, find a way to be generous, even if it's just with your time. If you can't give even $10 to a cause, you can't buy someone a Diet Coke, my favorite, or you can't help somebody out in the grocery line. You can shoot up a prayer for them, and you can give your time to good causes. Number 4, health and peace of mind over material wealth. I heard this saying, and I forget exactly who said it, but the saying was basically, we spend all of our lives accumulating all this money, and we get a bunch of money, hopefully, by the time we retire. And then when we retire, we all of a sudden become ill because we didn't take care of our physical health. And then we would give all of our money to get back our health. So along this road, make sure that you're putting the time in for your physical health and well-being, and that includes mental well-being. I'm also a medical nurse practitioner, and I studied people in my practice all the time that said, when I retire, I'm going to start exercising. And I was with them all the way through into their retirement, and if they didn't value it and do it before retirement, 5% didn't do it after retirement if they didn't value it before. So that's when I decided I was going to power walk at lunch no matter what. And that's what I did. That's how I started. Then eventually becoming a runner, now light weights and a lot of things physical. But you have to take care of both of those, because both of those are they're worth a ton more than $1 million. Okay, number 5, gratitude and time over more income. We all want to free up some time, but we have to trade our time. So the time that you're trading, is it worth it? If you have to work a 40-hour week, Do you have to stay over? Could you do some of your paperwork that you might have to do right when you get home in the evening, or you're staying over doing at blocks of time when other people are sleeping or they're busy playing a ball game or something like that? Could you do it at some other time? Spend time with those you love instead of regretting it later. If you love them, find time and spend it with them, because time is worth it and time is invaluable. You have to trade it for money, yes. But one thing that you can also do is some of the tasks and chores that you might do, like spend 4 hours cleaning your house a week, or spend 2 hours or more doing your lawn. You can pay somebody else to do that when your time is so crunched. They may not do it exactly as perfect as what you think you do it, but you're freeing up time that then you can have relationships with. And so you really got to think about what you're exchanging in order to enjoy that time with family and friends. And you'll be so glad that you did later if you find out that loved one is no longer with you, or you just don't have as much time as what you thought. There's a saying going around that you have about 1,000 weeks after you retire, 1,000 good weeks of health, and that's for the average in the USA today. And you can't pretty much count on your health after about age 66 unless you're working on it. And you got to work on it, and it's a daily choice: what you eat, how you exercise, and the mental and spiritual health goes along with that. So as our country is mourning a political assassination this week, and Charlie Kirk, he tried to live the best life he could, whether you were for his ideals or not. Live the best life you can, help others, be open to different sides of conversation, and realize whether Democrat or Republican, most of us are all living side by side, working hard jobs, trying to pay our bills, and we are brothers and sisters. We are very much alike. And a lot of what we see on media, no matter which news it is, we're seeing the radicals on one side or the other. That's not the common person who is your neighbor, working side by side with you, that is raising kids and trying to do the best they can. So let's have peace and gratitude and realize that getting and acquiring money is not all there is to it. It's all the things that come along with it that are so much more important. So no matter how much money you have, how much you feel like you're going to save, how much you feel like you need to retire with, be cognizant of the fact that we need to really pay attention to all the other aspects of life, which are so important. Have a great day.